gentlemen, Mr. Mark Riley. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, you're all very welcome here to the Echo Arena, Liverpool, where Frank Maloney is very proud to bring you Redemption. 12 rounds of international heavyweight boxing. We're live and exclusive across the USA on Wealth TV, and a very warm welcome also to the viewers here in the UK on Box Nation, the home of boxing. Our sponsors are Southwark Metals, the UK's #1 for scrap metal recycling, Lonsdale, Lomins Limited, and the Iron Gym. All our officials ringside, appointed by the British Boxing Board of Control. Steward in charge is Mr. Charles Giles. Medical officers, doctors, Banks, Jones and Gruel. Our 3 scoring judges at ringside. From Fleetwood, Mr. Steve Gray. From Wellingborough, Mr. John Keane. From Paisley, Mr. Victor Laughlin. The timekeeper from Warrington, Mr. Andrew East. And when the bell rings, the referee in charge from Twickenham. Please welcome A-star referee, Mr. Marcus McDonald. And so, ladies and gentlemen, in attendance here at ringside, the officials are ready, the boxers are ready. Are you ready for the main event? In the blue corner, wearing black with white trim, weighing in 18 stone 7 pounds, bringing to the ring a 40 fight record, 37 wins, 25 inside the scheduled distance, only 3 defeats. Former WBO Intercontinental Champion and 2 times World Title Challenger. From Washington, D.C. in the USA, he is Tony the Tiger Thompson. And across the ring in the red corner, wearing red with gold, weighing in 17 stone 12 pounds. Bringing to the ring a 16 fight record, 15 wins, 13 inside the scheduled distance, with only 1 defeat. He is still the reigning heavyweight champion of Great Britain and the Commonwealth, from Liverpool, David Price.
I spoke to you both in the dressing room. You know what I expect. Act like professional at all times, obey my instructions, watch your heads, keep it clean. Any questions? Let's go to work.
David Price, Tony Thompson shake their heads, no questions, but answers coming up right now. And the answers to the questions that have been asked in the build-up: was that a fluke punch? Can David Price regroup? Where is he at in his boxing career? David Price has said that attack is my best form of defence. Tony Thompson's exuded confidence in the build-up, and a little more movement from the American and front foot action than we're accustomed to. Last time around, Thompson was on the back foot, prepared to let Price come to me. Let's fly with the left hand. "38 knockouts between this pair." Remember, Tony Thompson has only been beaten 3 times in his career, and only twice in 35 fights over 13 years, and those to Vladimir Klitschko. This guy doesn't get beat often. Study of focus and intensity on David Price's face. He's managing to slip away from any of those jabs. And that smile that we saw from Thompson in the locker room beforehand is already painted across his face. He is full of confidence.
David's just got enough fall for any of these mind games, the smiles, the smirks, and that. Just keep his jab up, keep focused on the job. Don't worry about negativity. Don't worry if the crowd start getting a bit restless. Just do your job, just keep safe, keep the boxing, and just keep picking Thompson off.
No real jab yet from David Price. Can he get Thompson under control? That'll be step A. Already he'll be feeling better about being back in the ring. They're getting close. There was a short right hand from Price, but those skirmishes so dangerous for both of them. Another right hand from Price. There is palpable tension in the air here. Every set of eyes glued on the ring. A left hand from Thompson, cushioned by Price as he leaned away. Better jab from Price. High level, tense chess match unfolding through the first couple of minutes. A little bit of movement from Tony Thompson. You get through the first round, an eyeball from Thompson. It was full of the business in the early stages. Price will be, I suspect, relieved to get that 3 minutes under his belt.
Everything you can see is there, okay? Don't lunge him from too far out. And he's trying to go through the body, right so you bring your hand down. So forget it, all right? He's just trying to bring your hand down and he's going to feint it and come over the top. Listen, patient start. Just keep trying to get closer with that right hand. Okay, make sure you get your foot on the outside. You're in the fight now. Hey, this is it now. Okay, just keep going. You've got 12 rounds.
Well, that's it. You're in the fight now. The point I was making, that let's just get back into action and then we can start working on it. But did Price do enough in that first round to please you, Paul?
Listen, he's pleasing me because I want to see him boxing. I want to see him not what everyone else is used to, just steaming in and knocking kids out left, right and centre. It's not going to work that way. You need the valuable rounds under your belt and you need to play it smart with Tony Thompson after last time.
Quick right left from David Price immediately as they came out, as Thompson reached in. Well, there was the feeling back in February that Thompson might have come over for one last payday and he simply lucked out with a fluke punch. There's no doubt he's not come over to lie down, not one bit of it. And David Price is going to have to work him out and throw the right punches at the right time. Oh, big right hand. Uppercut as Price came in close, getting a bit untidy.
Don't do that. Do not use your elbow. You understand? Do not use your elbow.
The sense that Price was getting a bit carried away again. Head from Thompson.
Nice jab. Nice jab.
That's what we want to see. We know the explosive power is there for Price. 6 first-round knockouts. 11 inside the first 3 rounds. That'll come. Tony Thompson coming forward. Oh, uppercut from Thompson. Let's fly with the left, and Price a little bit untidy. It's becoming a scrap.
He's got to stay tight inside, David.
Well, this is, I suspect, not the instruction for David Price. He's getting dragged into a fight here. It has to be deep down a small part of Price who wants to prove to everyone that he has got a chin at world level among the big boys.
Yeah, we just got to stay switched on and get back to the game plan, get back to the basics and jab. That's nice.
Right hand from Price. Thompson on the ropes. He's playing possum. He was hurt. Back comes Thompson. Another big Price punch, and he was tangled, and that was a slip. Definitely a slip, and ruled as such by Marcus McDonald, but Tony Thompson probably looks across to his corner. Lennox Lewis on his feet on the far side. Punches winging all over the place. Right hand!
Oh, what a shot!
Right
what
hand.
a shot!
Thompson down. Long look across to his corner. Right hand. Counts it in. He's back up. Referee is alert. Just a few seconds of the round left. Crowd on their feet. You won't hear the bell. There it goes. Big round for David Price. And perhaps redemption is on the menu after all. Well, I don't suspect it's the
That was a big
box,
right hand.
wasn't it? Just
over and right, every bit of David's body weight in it, and then a little slugfest towards the end. This right hand, every bit of power right in it, side of his ear.
just a little short right hand, wasn't it? As they both leaned in, it was scrappy and untidy. They were winging away.
Good shot. Thompson done well recovering, done well getting up and recovering. We'll see what he's got left next round.
Corners, 10 seconds.
He says he's all right to his corners. He takes a big glug of water. And David Price
Seconds out. Round
needs to
3.
be careful. There's the jab from Price. The crowd on their feet already at the start of this third.
That's good work, good counter from David.
Big right hand. Again, it was a clip on the top of the head as Thompson complains. Every time the right hand lands, Thompson's in trouble. They trade left hands. Price has got to be so careful, though. Oh, drama. Real drama here in the third. Thompson's wounded, but he remains dangerous. Another right hand from Price. And another.
Good work. Nice, lovely combination.
Yeah, but it's
Short
over.
left hook, right uppercut.
He just refuses to throw a jab, Price, doesn't he? Well, those that thought they were going to feel their way through negatively to the middle rounds in the second half of the fight, forget that, folks. And Thompson with a short right hand. Price needs to get his hands up here. David Price blowing a bit after that assault. Still a minute of this third to go. Good uppercut, and again from Price. Two big right hands. And Thompson's coming back for more. It looks as though one punch at any moment will finish it. Which direction's it coming in? Price with the right hand. Oh, it's one of those fights that there'll be people behind the sofa can barely watch. Don't worry, folks, we'll let you know when it's all over. Right hand on the left from Price. He's throwing all the big artillery. Lovely body shot. Price has thrown a load of punches in this round. No clipping right from Thompson, who's still in this. Closing seconds of the third. Big round again. Oh, and a big left hand from Tony Thompson, just to remind Price that he's in this fight. Back comes Price. Big round for Price, but he put in a shift. He threw a lot of punches, and a weedy stagger back to his corner.
Thompson complaining about that shot being on the back of the head. It wasn't thrown that way, you know. It just landed that way. He's leaned in. It landed on the back of the head. But he's certainly all there about him. You know, he's got it in him to complain to the referee. Then he's certainly not hurt.
Price is on top, Paul, but it's a bit scrappy. Probably scrappier than his corner would like.
Yeah, and probably more scrappy than David Price would like. But listen, for the people that doubted that he was going to be gun-shy. You know, he's certainly not gun-shy tonight. I was one of the people that thought this fight might go into like 7 or 8 rounds of, you know, maybe even a little bit boring, just feeling each other out, but Davidson eventually grind him down. I was wrong as well. This is an entertaining fight.
And Tony Thompson, in each of his last 8 wins, they've all been by stoppage. The danger is always there. Thompson down in the second. Hurried, hassled and troubled in the third. Here we are into the fourth, and it's been breathless stuff so far. And a right uppercut from Tony Thompson. Price walked onto that. It's a good scrap for the big boys, isn't it? Thompson on the ropes just above us. Right hand from Price again. He's looking to go to the body. He's trying to get Thompson to lower his hands.
Yeah, they're both going to the body. Thompson's going there. I think Thompson's going there, especially to try and target David's body into there, not just to bring the hands down.
You sense if Thompson's going to land, it's going to be a counter punch when Price is on the attack. When Price covers up, now the odd uppercut, he's not troubled when he's under that sort of pressure. Nice right hand from David Price. A minute and a half gone. He's got to set it up, Price.
Thompson's just a typical cagey old pro, you know, very comfortable when bigger men are throwing shots at him.
Yeah, he went 17 rounds with Klitschko, didn't he? And although it looked like the end when he fought him out in Bern.
It was a nice shot.
Right uppercut there again from Price. The pace has just dipped, and probably just as well. I don't know if that was a grimace or a smile from Tony Thompson.
Thompson's got a great poker face. You see him, doesn't open his mouth, he keeps his face straight, he smirks now and then, he walks back to the corner and it all comes out in the corner.
This has been a high-energy fight. You can see Price is blown. Good right hand there from Price, just leaned into that. David Price winging away to the body as well. Right uppercut. Price seems to be taking those well. If a little unnecessary, shot to the body. Price backed off there. And the crowd on their feet. Right hook. David Price, hey again, he backs off. Oh my word. Oh dear. Well,
listen,
it's captivating,
get your feet
but
back,
you can't help but feel Price is fighting the wrong fight.
Round. Okay, listen to me. Breathe. Come on. Get your feet up. Get your feet back in this round, Price. You got to move your feet in this round, okay? Move your feet. Get your jab going. Keep your hands up. All right? Come on. Breathe.
He looks absolutely knackered, doesn't he?
He doesn't. Lennox Lewis is screaming from outside the ring. Get him up now. Stand up now. Stand up. Get yourself right now. And he has done. You know, that body shot hurt in that round. He's blowing. It's a lot about heart now. We know he's got plenty of it. Listen, he's showing it now, but he's got to really dig in now. He's got to stay tight and get back to basics. Box. Get your jab out and box. Find your openings that way, Alex.
Absolutely. Thompson raced off his stool. I'll tell you what. Paul's right. This comes down to heart, courage, and those miles on the road. This is going to be last man standing. The big question is who that man will be. Nice jab from Price. We know he can do that. Keep it simple. Just jab and jab and jab. Jab him for 2 or 3 rounds if you have to.
Exactly. I was just going to say, just take a round off. But you know, there's no shame and no harm in doing it. You can still win the round on your jab alone if your jab's good, which David's is.
Well, the psychology of the sport in boxing more than most others is so crucial, and there's no doubt that's played a big part. What happened 5 months ago is definitely affecting the action that's unfolding now. And the way David Price has gone about it. Tony Thompson having the last word here. Price is in trouble, he backs off. Price is just giving Thompson a chance that he doesn't need to give him. And then
David needs to throw back here now.
Oh, he's played bloody nose. He's in trouble, Price. He's in trouble. His hands are down. He's bending over. What is he doing? He's falling apart at the seams for David Price, who wills under a right hand, trying to fight back. Big right hand from Tony Thompson, who's on the cusp of the upset again.
Price needs to throw back.
Back on the ropes, David Price. He's not doing enough with his hands. He's hardly defending himself, and the referee steps in, and he gets a standing count. And David Price is buckled over, and his boxing career is hanging by a thread. He's absolutely knackered, and he's counted out. Tony Thompson shocks the world again. Stunned disbelief ringside, and you can't help but feel that David Price was the architect of his own downfall. He had Thompson in trouble in the second, he had him under pressure in the third, but effectively he punched himself out and he fought the wrong fight. Quite simply, he threw it away. Well, the two fighters embrace over on the far side. It was a hell of a fight while it lasted, and David Price fought like a warrior. You felt he didn't need to.
So many shots coming in from Thompson. Just David needed to throw back and answer back a little bit more, and it just wasn't happening. It just wasn't able to. The amount of shots coming in from Thompson, you know, they're not necessarily big, huge shots. He's just placing them there. He's picking them very nicely. That's experience.
We're shell-shocked. We're shell-shocked, and we're about to get an announcement that we hoped we wouldn't hear, and many came here tonight not expecting to hear. David Price, he was spent, he was all in, and Marcus McDonald knew it. And in the end, he made the right decision. Sad confirmation coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we declare the result, as always, please, your appreciation for both boxers in the ring. Our timekeeper Andrew East records an official time of 1 minute 55 seconds into round number 5. Marcus McDonald stops the contest, with David Price in no position to continue. The winner from the USA, Tony the Tiger Thompson. And ladies and gentlemen, please, your appreciation, David Price.
Steve, you knew that wasn't going 12 after 3. Big Lennox looking as sick as David Price, as sick as the rest of us here, because you know you can only be so neutral. That was guts, that was bravery. That wasn't his chin this time.
No, he just ran out of gas. He was out of gas from about the 3rd round, Steve. You know, you thought he got the knockout in the 2nd round. But it's still, you know, we can say he almost won it in the 2nd, but there was still a lot missing. Whether it's his confidence issue, I don't know. He seemed to lack a bit of confidence at times in there tonight, and he just gassed. You know, whether the nerves burnt up a lot of the energy in him, Steve.
How about this? I'm going to throw this at you.
Very nervous when he got in that ring.
He was nervous in the 1st round. He was nervous until to stop the knockdown late in the 2nd. Let me throw this to you. What if he hadn't have dropped him? might we have seen a different David Price emerge? Because the knockdown and then the third round, that was a slugfest. That was Ron Lyle, George Foreman.
But the third round, Steve, a lot of it because he was tiring, so he was getting drawn into that. So, you know, I think as he got tired, he got drawn into the slugfest.
So if you hadn't dropped him, he might have boxed.
I still think he'd have got involved because he was so tired, Steve. You know, by that third round, he was you know, he didn't have the legs to move around and use the jab.
Steve, you know, we've seen big heavyweights collapse like that. You know, he took an unbelievable beating there.
He must have 15, 16 punches, didn't he?
15 or 16 punches. Marcus did everything he possibly could. So it wasn't a case of his chin. I'll talk to you in a moment. Right now, it's Alex Steedman with the winner. It wasn't redemption, it was repeat. Alex is with Tony Thompson.
Yeah, Tony Thompson is with me. Now, Tony, we saw when you joined us last Friday for the boxing, we've seen you singing in the build-up in your dressing room. You seem to exude confidence. You believed in yourself coming back over here.
Oh, most definitely. There's one thing that's never been lacking for me is my confidence in myself. I'll be allowed to say I didn't have butterflies. You know, David scares the hell out of me. Big, strong, athletic guy, Olympic pedigree. I mean, just a good, strong boxer. He scared the hell out of me, but it brought the fucking best out of me. Can you say fucking?
Not really, but don't worry, we'll let it fly. Apologise for that, folks. He's pumped up, and we understand. How close were you to being out in the second?
I wasn't close at all. It was a knockdown. It was a good knockdown, but I was going backwards with the punch, so it wasn't one of those crunching David right hand. You know, so I knew what the count was. I was clear-headed the whole time, and you see, as soon as the bell rang for the next round, I was the first in the middle.
Could you believe that you were able to drag him into a fight? We all thought it was going to be more technical than that.
Oh, yeah, of course. Everybody want to be technical until they get hit. You know, Lennox Lewis probably going to wind up being a great teacher and a trainer, but he only had one training camp with the guy. He's not going to get that style in one training. Lennox didn't get it one time when he worked with Emmanuel, so I know he wasn't going to get it, you know, working with a second-hand Emmanuel like Lennox Lewis.
Where does this leave you now?
It leaves me looking for title shots, or if I can't get title shots, fights towards the title. I would love to fight Tyson Fury over here, or in Vegas, or anywhere that big pussy wants to fight. He's been mouthing off about me, my age, whatever. Tyson Fury, let's get it on, man. Or if I can't get him in the ring, because I know he's going to run, come on, Vitaly. You fighting guys you know ain't got no shot to beat you. Fight some guys with height and experience like myself.
Couple of questions to finish off. Could you believe, after what happened in Bern, that you would be back in this position now a year and a bit on?
Oh, most definitely. I mean, I have my doubts, obviously. I'm a human being, but I got beat by the best in the world. And as you see, if you take one step below the best, which I think David is, he's just a step below, you're not going to beat me because I'm over that step, and I proved that time and time and again.
I asked you this 5 months ago, sort of what next for David Price. What would be your interpretation of where he's at now?
I mean, he has to start over, obviously. You know, I think his problem was he was in great condition, but his mind wasn't. You know what I mean? You can train with Lennox all you want. Lennox was a tough-minded guy. And if you can't get past your physical limitations with your mind like I do, everybody see me looking old and slow and sloppy at times, but my mind is great, man. I'm a thinker. I saw David get tired. I took his right hands after he knocked me down. I didn't even move from him. I pushed him down. I walked him back. I discouraged him. And in the end, I stopped him.
Any chance you might move over here?
Hey, man, you know what? To be real with you, I love the people over here. That's no joke. I can move over here in the summertime, you know, and I've talked to, I don't know if we want to put this out there, but I've talked to promoters over here about promoting me. I'm not going to name no names at this moment. It might be inappropriate. But I would love for them to bring me over here, make this my second home.
And finally, in your dressing room before the fight, I think you had a bit of Lionel Richie, easy like Sunday morning. What's going to be the soundtrack for Saturday night for Tony Thompson?
Hey, man, I'm going to go home and break my wife's hip. I ain't had sex with her in a while. She's going to feel the pain.
And the pleasure.
I mean, it's going to be some pleasure mixed in there, but she might be crippled in the morning. So if anybody out there want to donate a wheelchair to the Save the Miss Thompson's
okay. All right, she'll
fund.
Listen, well done, congratulations, enjoy your sleep.
Oh, yes, and we thought the initial reference to mating was a bit excessive, but he's going to, just to reiterate, break his wife's hip. there will be pleasure, and if anybody can donate a wheelchair. You know what, I've done plenty of things in my life to try and get a living, but having to paraphrase Tony Thompson's sexual plans for the evening, they're right at the top, and I'm proud of it. Steve-O, you couldn't disagree with a single word he said there. There was a great line. He said David was in great condition, but his mind was not.
That's it. It must be so. You know, he's come back. You know, like, well, I'm not a boxer. You know, you get in that ring and you stare across at a man who's knocked you out. You know they can do that damage. You know, especially in the heavyweight division where you get hit even harder. You know, I don't know if it was a case of, you know, I don't think he was gun-shocked. He did let the shots go. At first I was thinking...
First round was cagey, cautious.
I'm just wondering, Steve, whether when he suddenly started getting tired in the third round, whether a lot of it was mental exhaustion he's used up today, thinking about the fight. You know, so maybe it's something he'll be able to answer. And that's what I said earlier, Steve. I still think, even if he hadn't knocked Tony down in the second round, he would have still got involved because he was... exhausted.
You have to remember, Steve, you told me earlier on, you gave me a little stat earlier on, you said it was 134 days, okay, 134 nights. He didn't use up the mental exhaustion in the 5 rounds there. He didn't use it the last week during the press conferences and when he was doing different shows. He used it every single night. I mean, it's that simple. And
he's admitted he's had sleepless nights over this fight, Steve, you know, and he said, you know, he won't feel better till he got the redemption. But, you know, I bet every morning of them 134 nights he's woke up, and I bet the first thought of his mind hasn't been getting the kids off to school or to the nursery. It's been Tony Thompson.
Tony Thompson. As Stevie Lillis said, he made the phone call to Frank Maloney less than 12 hours after the last time he was knocked down. David Price has gone to the changing room. We'll still see if we can maybe grab a word with him. Meanwhile, we will speak, or Alex will speak, to Frank Maloney. Alex, take it away.
Yeah, Frank's with me. Listen, chins on the floor from everybody ringside. You were nervous in the build-up. You were right to be. What on earth happened?
The wrong sort of fight, the wrong tactics we used, whatever he'd done. Tony Thompson showed his experience. Full credit to Tony Thompson. David Price, that wasn't the game plan I expected them to go in the ring with. It wasn't the one I was told we were going to use. I don't know what went wrong in there. I mean, I haven't had time to talk to David or that, but that definitely wasn't the game plan that should have been used in that fight.
Did the early knockdown influence the way he attacked, or did he want to make a point tonight, one way or another?
I think he might have maybe wanted to make a point. Maybe it was the influence of Lennox Lewis, because Lennox Lewis sometimes likes to slug fast. But you can't have Lennox Lewis and a David Price. They're two totally different built fighters. You know, you have a 6'8" guy who should keep his fights long when he's had someone like that in there. He went in to slug it out. You know, that reminded me of Lennox Lewis against Shannon Briggs. And I'm thinking, what am I watching here? This is not what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to work on the jab.
Whose idea was it to have Lennox come in the first place?
Well, they're all going to sit down and talk.
And that talking will no doubt involve what next. That's the question on everyone's lips.
Well, it's too soon to say what's next. You know, we have to sit down. You know, everyone in the camp is in shock. We knew it was a hard fight going in there. We knew we were the underdogs. It wasn't the decision we wanted. But, you know, it's just going to sit down there, start looking at what to do. And we have to go down. We've dropped out of the Premiership. We're now in the Championship, if we, you know, at domestic and European level. And we will have to build from there.
So there's absolutely no rematch with it?
I don't think you'd want another rematch, would you? I mean, you know, I wasn't that keen on this rematch, which everyone knew. You know, I don't believe in instant rematches. Thompson was up for this fight. His trainers were up for this fight. They boxed a very clever fight. He old-manned him as well. He, you know, good fighter, Tony Thompson.
He was making a plea when I interviewed him just a few minutes ago for a promoter over here. Is that something you might be interested in?
Me, I'm not sure what I'm even going to do after this fight. I'm going to sit down with... I promote David Price. I'm going to sit down with David Price. If David wants to go on, I'll stay with David because of my loyalty. If David doesn't want to go on, maybe I'll call it a day.
I was going to say, because last time, 5 months ago, this affected you quite badly with your health, never mind anything else. How are you feeling right now? Tough to say. All right, listen, I appreciate it. Thanks. Let's get back up to Steve-O.